Do you want to know the 5 warning signs your morning routine needs improvement? Perhaps you already feel each sunrise finds you stressed and scrambling. This is urgent because those early hours shape your whole day, and staying stuck in a broken morning routine isn't just making you less productive, it's quietly costing you energy, self-trust, and even your potential. If you've been here before, drop a hashtag Believe in the comments below so I can feature you here in a future video. And if you're new, welcome to Believe Nation, the only channel that helps you believe in yourself daily, one video at a time. Even Elon Musk struggled with mornings. Elon Musk runs 2 massive companies, and for years he began his day by immediately diving into a 30-minute deluge of overnight emails. The pressure was practical. SpaceX and Tesla crisis don't wait, but it took an emotional toll, a reactive morning that left him drained and on the defensive. Recently, Musk admitted this crack of dawn phone habit is a terrible habit, hurting his focus and health. So what did he do under that pressure? He decided to rewrite his routine, forcing himself to exercise for 20 minutes before checking his phone. This small change, backed by science, boosts his mood and energy for up to 12 hours. So think about that. Even a billionaire known for 100-hour work weeks realized his morning mindset was sabotaging his day. If he can confront that pressure and change, you can too. Just like Musk had to choose between being a reactive slave to urgency or a proactive leader of his day, you face the same identity struggle every morning. Are you going to be the kind of person who runs the day or let the day run you? When doubt creeps in. Now, maybe you're thinking, this is just how I am. I'm not a morning person, or I don't have time to change my routine. That resistance is natural. Our brains are wired to crave comfort and predictability, not change. So fear keeps in to keep you in the familiar bubble. You might even worry that if you try to fix your morning routines and fail, it means something's wrong with you. Let's normalize that fear. Feeling anxious about changing habits means you're human. Psychologists note that fear of change is totally normal, a protective instinct to avoid uncertainty. But here's a reframe that I hope helps you. That fear is actually a signal that something meaningful is at stake for you. You don't feel scared of trivial things, right? You fear this because deep down you know your morning routine matters to your identity and your goals. And courage isn't about eliminating fear, it's about acting in spite of it. So if part of you is afraid to overhaul your morning, take it as proof that this change is important. Avoiding it might feel safe, but it's costing you in quiet suffering and missed growth. You have a chance to break that pattern now. My turning point. To see how powerful a shift can be, let's look at my own story. Years ago, many years ago, I was a 19-year-old entrepreneur whose mornings were filled with dread. I turned down lucrative job offers to build a startup only to end up making $300 a month and feeling utterly defeated. Every day I woke up to the same nightmare. I was putting in a ton of work and not getting any results, and it drove me to one of the lowest points in my life where I felt worthless and ashamed. Now, I hid my struggles. I hesitated to ask for help, and each morning's failure chipped away at my identity. Finally, it all came to a head. I hit my breaking point and I told my business partner that I was done. I quit. And in that moment of total defeat, a spark ignited because the next morning I couldn't shake one realization. If I walked away now, I'd regret it forever. I decided I would rather go down swinging than live with that regret. And I remembered other entrepreneurs had been exactly where I was and found a way through. So I swallowed my pride and I asked myself, who else has done what I'm trying to do? I studied how Bill Gates built Microsoft and discovered a strategy that could save my company. Gates landed big deals through partnerships, so I mustered my courage and I started cold outreaching to potential partners. Terrified, but determined, and within a few weeks, I closed my first major deal and my business finally started to turn around. That one morning, I went from being a guy ready to abandon my dream to an entrepreneur who proved that I could solve a problem. The real cost of staying stuck would have been my future. And by taking action while being afraid, I transformed my identity from quitter to problem solver. And that is what can happen when you decide to improve just one part of your routine under pressure. You rewrite the story you tell yourself about who you are. If you want to take real action after this video, I made a free worksheet just for you. It covers the top lessons from today, gives you space to write your biggest takeaways, and helps you build a simple action plan. It's 100% free. Just click the link in the description to go grab it. Let's start building real momentum in your life and business. I'll see you there. 5 warning signs your morning routine needs improvement. For ambitious people, the morning can make or break your momentum. So let's break down the 5 warning signs that your morning routine needs a serious upgrade. Spotting even one of these red flags is a chance to act, and for each sign, I'll give you concrete action, also backed by science or expert advice, to help you turn it around. So pay attention, because fixing just one of these could change the trajectory of your day and your self-image. Number 1, you hit the snooze button multiple times. So here's your action step. Place your alarm out of arm's reach tonight. When it goes off, get up immediately and start your day with a simple task. Open the blinds, splash water on your face, instead of snoozing. If you truly need more sleep, set your alarm a little bit later for honest rest, but no more dozing in fragments. Clinical psychologist Dr. Stacey Pollack warns that snoozing your alarm disrupts restorative sleep and leaves your brain foggy and impulsive. Those extra 10 minutes aren't quality rest. They're fragmenting the sleep cycles that your brain needs. A sleep-deprived brain doesn't function optimally. We tend to make poor choices and have trouble staying focused, Pollack explains. In fact, if you keep hitting snooze, you're starting your day by undermining your own mental sharpness. Each morning you get up when you said you would, you cast a vote for being a disciplined, proactive person. Breaking the snooze habit builds self-respect. You prove that your word to yourself matters. Instead of identifying as not a morning person, you start to see evidence that you're someone who meets challenges head on from the moment you open your eyes. Next warning sign, you check your phone immediately after waking. So here's your action step. For the first 10 minutes after you wake up tomorrow, keep your phone on Do Not Disturb and out of reach. Use those minutes to breathe, stretch, or drink water before you let any outside inputs in. If 10 minutes feels too long, start with just 5 minutes of screen-free time and build from there. The goal is to make yourself the priority in the first moments of your day, not your social feed or your email. Jumping straight into emails, news, or social media jolts your brain into a reactive stress state before it's fully awake. Therapist Annie Miller says that doom scrolling first thing conditions your brain to associate waking up with stress and anxiety, raising your baseline anxiety levels. And over time, this habit can even mess with your focus and mood for the whole day. In other words, reaching for the phone puts you in defense mode. By contrast, giving your brain just a few screen-free minutes in the morning lets you start in control and preserve a calm mindset. When you choose to delay checking your phone, you're telling yourself, my goals come first. You stop seeing yourself as a hostage to other people's demands and start seeing a leader who sets the tone for their day. This reinforces the belief that you direct your life instead of reacting to the world. And over time, that builds an identity of someone who is focused, calm, and hard to distract, which is a huge competitive advantage for you. Next warning sign, your morning is a mad rush, chaotic, always running late. So your action step here is carve out a 5-minute buffer tomorrow morning that's just for you. This might mean waking up 5 to 10 minutes earlier or simply pausing instead of immediately rushing into tasks. Use that buffer to do something grounding. Sit with your coffee. Take a few deep breaths in. Do some light stretching or double check your plan for the day. Giving yourself even a tiny cushion of calm will prevent the panic mode start. Also, prepare one thing the night before. Lay out your clothes or pack your bag to ease the morning scramble. Research shows that starting the day in chaos or haste spikes your stress hormones and leaves you feeling behind before you even begin. One counseling psychologist wrote that having a chaotic, rushed morning often leads to heightened stress levels and a lingering sense of unpreparedness throughout the day. In contrast, a short, calming ritual, even just sipping your coffee mindfully or stepping outside for a minute, can reset your nervous system and prevent your brain from staying in fight or flight mode. Remember, when you rush constantly, you send yourself a message that you're always late to your own life. By refusing to start your day in panic mode, you begin to see yourself as someone who is in control and prepared. Instead of identifying with chaos, I'm always a mess in the morning, you build the identity of a calm achiever who approaches the day with clarity. That 5-minute act of self-care in the morning is a proud declaration. I value myself enough to set the pace and not be at the mercy of it. This shift strengthens your belief that you can handle challenges with composure. The next warning sign is you have no clear plan or intention for the day. So your action step here is spend a couple of minutes each morning setting an intention or priority for the day. This could be writing down the top 1 to 3 tasks that matter most, a quick journal line about how you want to show up today. Example, today I want to be focused and patient. Or simply reviewing your calendar and visualizing a successful day. The key is to give your mind a focal point before the world's noise takes over. So try stacking this habit with something that you already do. So for example, right after you brush your teeth, which you should be doing every morning, remind yourself of your number one goal of the day. Without an anchor for your day, you'll be pulled in a million different directions and end up feeling aimless. When every day feels scattered, it's hard to feel accomplished even when you've been busy all day, says therapist Annie Miller. The lack of a morning plan leads to reactive mode, decision fatigue, and a sense of what did I really do today? And over time, this erodes your confidence and creates chronic stress. Now, the good news is taking just a few minutes to set an intention helps shift your brain out of reactiveness and into an intentional mindset, reducing overwhelm and increasing clarity. It's a small habit with a big ripple effect on focus and fulfillment. Each day that you start with a plan or purpose, you reinforce the belief that you are a person with direction. You're no longer just a firefighter reacting to whatever comes. You're the architect of your day. And over time, this consistent intentionality accumulates evidence for an identity shift. I am organized, I am goal-oriented, and I follow through on what matters. Instead of ending the day wondering if you got anything meaningful done, you'll know you're someone who lives proactively, and this is a huge boost to your self-image. The next warning sign is your wake-up time and routine change every day. There is no consistency. So your action step is pick a consistent wake-up time for the next 7 days and stick to it. Yes, even on the weekend, within reason. Consistency is key. Set an alarm for the same time and create a simple mini routine to follow right after waking, like drink water, stretch for 2 minutes, write 3 things you're grateful for. Treat this like an experiment and note how you feel by the end of the week. Also, aim for a consistent bedtime so you're not wildly varying your sleep. Your body will thank you. If you need to adjust the times, do it gradually, but keep each day's start similar. Irregular morning routines confuse both your body and your mind. Studies in chronobiology show that waking up at inconsistent times can disrupt your circadian rhythm, which throws off energy levels, your mood, and cognitive function. In fact, erratic sleep and wake patterns are linked to higher stress, anxiety, and even symptoms of depression. Now, on the flip side, waking up at the same time each day helps regulate your internal clock, leading to better sleep quality at night and a more alert morning. Experts from the American Heart Association also note that hitting the snooze or varying your wake time a lot can leave you feeling jet lagged even without travel. Consistency signals to your brain that it's time to wake up and get going. No willpower battle required. Establishing a consistent routine is like making a promise to yourself and keeping it daily. Each day you follow through, you reinforce, I am reliable and disciplined. Instead of starting each morning in uncertainty, you begin with a stable ritual that grounds you. And over time, you'll identify yourself as someone who has their life together. Because you prove it at the same time every day. And this consistency builds immense self-confidence. It's hard to feel like an imposter or out of control when your routine repeatedly shows you that you can set a goal and live up to it. Now, you made it this far, which proves something important. You're not the type of person to shy away from growth. By recognizing these warning signs and sticking through the solutions, you've shown that you value becoming your best self. Now you know what to look for each morning and exactly what to do when those red flags appear. And congratulations, you're one video closer to who you're meant to be. Believe. To learn how to rewire your brain using just a sticky note, check the video right there next to me. I think you'll love it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there. You ever feel like you're completely lost, like you're stuck in a rut and you can't find your way out? It's a scary feeling, especially for an entrepreneur like you who's used to chasing big dreams.